Hello everybody, Iain Robson here, and welcome back to an episode of Sosnovka, Farming Simulator 17. Alright, so, got a couple things going on the farm today. I just realized, much to my demise, that I have not fertilized these fields to their maximum potential, which is kind of bad because I have I have tractors without narrow tires on them, and I have minus 3,000, so this is going to make this slightly more painful than I would have liked. So we're going to go ahead and fertilize these fields. Let me just get lined up here. Oh, that was perfect. That's amazing. Alright, so let me get lined up. So the key here is that I want to try to make as few passes through the field as possible. And I want, of course, make sure that I fertilize all the field. So let's go ahead and get lined up here. And turn that on. So as you can see, I'm destroying the crops. That's because I have the crop destruction module on. Well, I can go pretty fast, actually. Faster than I thought I was going to be able to, in all honesty. That's fine, though. The amount we'll probably get from the extra fertilization is more than we would get from that little strip, I imagine, so. It's not ideal, of course, but excuse me. It's not ideal, of course, but it does happen sometimes. So this is why you need narrow tires. So with narrow tires, you actually don't destroy the crop at all, which is really neat when you think about it. So it definitely makes your life a lot easier when you have those narrow tires, because you can do this without destroying the crop. In reality, of course, if you have narrow tires, you're still going to destroy the crop, but you're just you're not going to destroy it as much. So, for example, one of the things that one of the items that tends to have narrow tires very often, of course, is sprayers, because it just is very helpful, because then you don't destroy the crop nearly as much. It's funny, I can't really tell where I am or how much I've done in the field in this view for whatever reason. Well, I know why I can't see it, but it just seems bizarre. Anyways. There we go. So yeah, a lot of sprayers. For example, the New Holland sprayer they have in game, I believe it has narrow tires. Depending on what time of the year you're spraying too. Usually if you have narrow tires on, it's because your crop is already grown and you're putting fertilizer down or herbicide or insecticide, whatever happens to be. But in other cases it's not necessary. So for example, in the I guess it would be early spring before anything's in the ground, a lot of times people use big flotation tires instead, and that's because with the flotation tires it's going to reduce compaction. So it just depends on what time of year you're actually fertilizing. There we go. So, and of course having the GPS mod makes this so much nicer, because then when you're driving through the fields you're actually getting the whole field and not missing bits and pieces of it. There we go. Perfect. Alright, so we also need to do the other field as well. Unfortunately, both of the fields needed some fertilization. I didn't realize they were only at stage 2 and not stage 3, so. Oh, I thought I changed that. Oh well. Maybe I didn't. Obviously not. I've been meaning to change something with the keyboard steering mod. More specifically, the controls associated with it. Because what will happen is I'm trying to change it so it'll just automatically, if I press the up arrow, it'll go to the appropriate direction, but I don't have it set up that way yet. And there we go. Let's go ahead and start fertilizing here. So again, we're destroying our crops, but can't really get around it. That's strange though. Look at this. If we're going north-south, we're not destroying the crops nearly as much. That's bizarre. East, see, look at that. You can see like two distinct lines there. But when you went east-west, it was like a whole path straight. That's really bizarre. Well, you can't win all the time, I guess, but it's kind of interesting the way that's come about, actually. That's kind of bizarre. And then here, I don't understand that. So like going south, this is what we're getting. You're getting a whole, like, a good path, but like over there you can clearly see two lines from the tires and that's it. Oh well. What can you do, I guess. There we go. Last pass. Luckily this doesn't take too long. You only have 2 fields, so that's pretty straightforward. So yeah, that's weird. So in reality I should be going north on this field all the time when spreading, as opposed to south, because obviously south makes a huge it looks like I just drove straight through the field with no purpose almost. Anyways, there we go. That's that. Let's put this away now. So now our crops are fully fertilized. Let's double check that. Yes, they are fully fertilized. This is good. They both need plowing, unfortunately, though. And we don't have a plow, so one of the downfalls. So let's go ahead and put this away, and then we can progress time. Now, one of the newest mods I just added, which is one from 2015, and it's funny because Upside Down's made this mod, and the funny thing is that he actually said, it's unfortunate that we need to have this mod, but here it is again. It's called the Growth Manager. So basically what the Growth Manager does is it makes the growth across all the field even, and it all grows at a specific time. So for example, like the way it works is that at midnight the crop will grow to the next stage. I don't know. I'm not sure if that applies to all of the other farmers on the actual map itself, or if it's just your field specifically. So, anyways, so what will happen is once I progress time to midnight, you'll see that I'll get X number of dollars. Now, the problem with progressing time very quickly is the fact that your animals are going to create a mess. So I'm gonna go ahead and just take this over to, it's gonna take it over to the cows area real quick, because basically this is what I'm gonna use to clean up their area, because they're gonna create a mess as soon as I progress time. So this is kind of a way of hopefully cleaning it up. Now, some people think this is not realistic and you would never do this, but it's I call it exploiting the game. If you're allowed to do it, why not, I suppose. So there's our cows. Almost looks like an Angus bull. The cows definitely look better in FS17 than they do in 15 by a long shot. They did a good job on all the animals, in fact. All the animals, in fact, look pretty darn good. So, alright, let's go ahead and progress time, and I'll show you what the Growth Manager does. So, let me just show you what it looks like. I'm going to progress time, and then you'll see as I progress time, it gets dirtier and dirtier. And the annoying part about this happens like throughout the day, and then they're at 74% clean. They're 74% clean right now. So I need to be careful, because what will happen is if I don't maintain the how clean it is there, I will run into problems because they won't actually reproduce, which is what I want them to do in this context. So I definitely want them to reproduce, because when they reproduce, you make more money. But I don't know, there must be a better way to go about doing this. I wonder if in the future we'll see mods that like automatically clean, or it's like in like an automated farm, you'll have like, there'll be like a lily, I think it's called Lily, however you want to pronounce that. It's a robot that'll come by and actually push this back towards the trough. But anyways, 91%. Let's go forward still. 83%. We might actually make it to midnight. Let's see here. 75. Let's just clean this up once again. I don't know. I just find it's weird. Like they seem to lose a lot of productivity very quickly. A lot more than I think they should almost. Like I wish you could like change how fast it happens, because it seems to happen like way too fast. That's just my opinion, mind you. All right, let's go to midnight. And okay, so watch in the top right hand corner unless he moved it. There you go. So that's the Growth Manager right there working. I think that's it. Just so basically all the crops grow evenly, which is the nice thing about it. Let's go to make it daytime again. 5 a.m. early morning start. So we're still productive. They're on 60% productivity, and that's because, of course, they still have it set up the same way. So the way it works is manure is only created when you put straw in there. You put straw in there. So leasing costs. All right. So let's go ahead and clean up this area once again. Let's go do a little UE here. There we go. Make the turn. Excellent. We still have this running. And I don't know how, I don't know, it seems like they get really dirty really fast. So I feel like I really want to just put like a tractor right there, and then all the tractor would do is just go back and forth and clean it. Like, that's how silly it seems, almost. So anyways, looks like our crops are grown. Let's double check. What does the survey say in terms of growth? Where are we here? They are ready to harvest indeed. Excellent. 14 and 19 are both ready to harvest. This is good. We're at only minus 8,000 now, which is, hey, better than, more than that. So if you notice that we actually made a little bit of milk, made a bit of money from the milk, actually. It wasn't a lot, it was like 2,000, something like that, because we only have like 15 cows, but it's helping to mitigate the costs. So the idea eventually here is that if I can get enough money from my cows, what I'll be able to do here is I'll be able to just probably should have backed this in. I don't know why I did it this way. I'll be able to make enough money from the cow's milk, and then just that'll pay for everything. But that'll take a while, I'm sure. All right, there we go. That's straightened out. Let's back that up. There we go. Perfect. I'm just going to leave this tractor here because I don't want to use this, because every operating hour I put on this little guy here is going to cost me money. So let's go ahead and grab our combine, which is over here. Actually, you know what? Let's make it a bit... there we go. 10 o'clock. That's not a bad time in the summer. Well, watch this. Our animals are going to be... It's funny. So it's only going to be 100 hours before they're ready to go. All right. Let's go ahead and turn this guy on. Raise that up. There we go. And start harvesting. So we have 2 fields we can potentially harvest. We do need to, ideally, we would increase our productivity by plowing, but we don't have that capability yet. So, all right, let's get this rolling here. This is canola. There we go. Not too bad. What the yield's going to be like in this field? So technically, because we need to plow, we lose. I think it's 10% of the. Well, the efficacy is right. Well, not the right word. We lose 10% of the yield. Basically, is how it works. So without the plow, without plowing your fields, you just lose that one little bit. I hope I planted something that drops straw. I don't even remember if I did or not. I think I did. 470 from the one pass. That's not terrible, I guess. Let's go ahead and get this. Lower that down. There we go. The hard workers, though, they act a little bit funny, but they actually do a pretty good job now in comparison to what they used to. There's only a few implements that they do a really bad job, and one of them is the plow. Depending which plow you have, some plows are like okay, some plows aren't okay. But the biggest annoyance is, of course, the fact that they leave quite a bit on the field if you're not careful. Or quite a bit unplowed, I guess is the way I would say it. Nice. Nice little bit of canola here. This is good. Just going to go ahead and hire a worker once I turn around here, so I can just unload. While I enjoy harvesting, I'm not a big fan of harvesting with a small header. There we go. Just hire a worker, turn the GPS off. Well, it's going to stay on now. There we go. Now we'll lose a bit of money from that, but not a crazy amount. So let's go ahead and grab this tractor right here. I think we don't have anything. No. Alright. The keyboard steering mod, man. It's such a little thing. All it does is move your camera, but I find it so helpful. Because when you're, driving backwards, it automatically looks backwards. Driving forward, automatically looks forward. So it's just the little things that I find super helpful. There we go. But that's just me, though. Everyone's a bit different in that regards. There we go. And I think our harvester, what's he at? 1.3% apparently. That can't be right. If I had to guess, it's a little bit higher than that. Yeah, 20%. So we'll have to wait for him to make the turnaround, and then we'll go from there. What did I plant on the other side? I totally forget now. Let's see. Fruit types. Canola. Oh, I did canola and soybeans. Oh, that was a poor choice. I guess it's before I got the cows. That's the reason why I did that. If I had the foresight, I probably would have planted like wheat or barley or something like that. So, but anyways, that's the way it goes sometimes. Now the cool thing is, of course, grass does grow pretty quickly on the map. Let's go check to see what we mowed just the other day and see what's what. Because I don't know if it's fully grown yet, but it's no, not quite yet. I don't know if we can check that. No, it doesn't show the growth. Doesn't appear to, at least not around the edges of the grass. Now it would have been nice, but it does not do that. So say la vie, I suppose. Alright, he's making his turn here. One mod that I am missing is the vehicle group switcher. There's a mod that's kind of like it, which is the vehicle sorter, but it's not exactly the same. I like the vehicle group switcher, so I like to assign specific groups to specific implements, so I can switch specifically to that implement, which is nice. So, but unfortunately, that is not out yet. There we go. Trying to get lined up there a bit better without running into the combine. Let him finish his pass. Excellent. Got it out of his way here. I don't know if anybody has noticed this or not, but I find that dolly trailers are a bit easier to maneuver now. I still don't like them, but they're definitely easier to maneuver than they were before, which is really slick. Be careful of flying rocks from cars. I guess that's what it's supposed to be. Yeah, soybeans. What's the price of these things on this map? I didn't even look. Oh, we actually have some stuff we could sell now. But there's been no great demand as of yet. Sunflowers is up. So I started this map on normal, which is why we have some of everything. But so we had wheat before, and we had sunflower. That doesn't make any sense. We wouldn't have sunflowers, but apparently we have some soybeans too. So hopefully, I'm hoping for a great demand of some sort. Still, look how much wool is worth. It's crazy. But anyways, and the crazy thing is, if you look carefully at how so this is my productivity, which is when I get the next animal, but you need to keep this particular value as high as possible. So if I had given them straw, they would have increased productivity by maybe another 10%. It doesn't actually say. So we should have 70% productivity, something in that area, because we have grass and hay. Just theoretically, right? That's the way it's supposed to work. Anyways, sweet. So what we can do is we can bring the fertilizer around and just fertilize while we're waiting for that guy to finish, to get somewhere at least. Where did I leave it? Somewhere over here. Let me find it. One sec. Alright, looks like the combine's full there. Apparently I got distracted on what I was doing there for a second. There we go. Let's get turned around here. Now the big problem is this guy was just sitting there not working at all. But the way it works is he still gets paid. There we go. Alright, I don't know if that's going to fill the trailer or not. It may. I do like this little trailer though. It's a nice little one. The Metal Tech Professional line. It's nice because you can tip on the sides. Looks pretty good, and you can put the cover on it too, which is nice as well. I don't even know which one it is. Is it a Brantner? No, it's just Metal Tech. Okay. I wasn't sure if it was Brantner. It looks like the Brantner ones. The only difference is it has a dolly on it, I guess, so. Alright. Oh, actually, yeah, he's gonna fill this trailer up. That's more than I thought was gonna come out of that. Oh well. Alright. Let's get this guy turned around here. Back to what he was doing. There we go. Now we can actually fertilize, which is what I intended to do from the start, but there we go. Got to make sure we keep the fertilization up, so there's lots of different ways you can do it. This is just the way I'm doing right now, so technically what I can do, I think with the Vader stat, I can set it up so it is, so it will, I think the way it works is I fertilize now, and then seed, and then fertilize again. And I think you still need to do it, you still need to fertilize at one stage. I think at the end, if memory serves. Like in the middle, like we did last time, basically, so. There's lots of different ways you can go about it, let's just say that. There we go. Now in reality, what would probably be a good choice would be the weeder, actually. 30,000, save myself on fertilizer costs. Could lease it. I don't know how much it would be to lease. Probably pretty cheap. Although I have minus $9,000, so I can't really lease much at the moment, so. Unfortunately. Alright, let's get to the end there. And can we do one more pass? I think. Looks like we can, yeah. Perfect. Right over that. It'd be interesting to see what will happen is if you leave the tractor there like that, right in the way of where the fertilizer is going. I'd be curious to see what would happen if it actually like didn't put fertilizer there. Maybe in the future. Like right now, you can just do what I did. It's not a problem. But at some point, there may be a time when you can't do something like that. All right, let's take this and put it into the silo, or should we sell it? Let's take a quick peek at the prices. What do we got here for canola? It's kind of down, so it's probably not worth selling right now. Although sunflowers is up, it's a great demand at the transport company. So maybe what we should do, we should try and sell some sunflowers. Hopefully we'll get a good price. Well, hopefully it won't be too bad. I think we can only sell like maybe one load, I think it is. And that will hopefully mitigate some of the costs. But we're going to find out here. Alright, let's unload. There we go. I think you can actually set it up so it will tip on, will tip in the front, on the sides as well too. I don't think I can make that turn easily, at least. My microwave just finished doing what it was doing. Alright, let's get some sunflowers here. We want sunflowers. And then the transport company, where on earth is that? Fully across the map. Okay. It's basically like you take this road like right here, and you go like to the furthest west point on the map. Gives us a good chance to view the map, I suppose. Looks pretty good, actually. I do like this map. I don't know why I didn't play it on more in 15. On this rickety old bridge. Alright, let's see. I do like the river that they have in this map. It's really nice. I think, if I remember correctly, I think the reason why we want to stay to the right. I think the original reason why I didn't play on this map much was because everyone else was playing on it. Which is the same reason I'm playing on it now. Go figure. The same thing happened in 15. I played on Westbridge Hills and everyone else played on Bjornholm. So, this is kind of ironic the way that worked out. It's the same thing once again. So, it's a pretty big grass field right there. That's unused. Wow, that's actually huge. Note to self. There are some grass fields here that aren't considered property of anybody. Wow. And there's a couple of them right there. Perhaps we can use that to our advantage. Really? I can't believe that. I don't think this is a modded item, is it? No, it's totally not. Wow, giants. Really? Look at that. You can see the sunflowers right through that. That's terrible. considering it's from Giants itself, that should be a fix. Like, seriously, that's just oh gosh, that bothers me. Let's just say that, because usually what will happen is like Giants is pretty good. Well, most companies are pretty good about anything that's like base game is like pretty solid, whereas like some of the other things may not be as solid, which is okay because like they're modded items. But in this case, that's a base item. That's why I thought it was a mod, because usually that's what happens with mods. Like the cover that goes over won't do it properly. But in this case, it's not Giants. Or it's not a mod. It's actually Giants that did. So it's a bit of a shame. All right, turning left here. Give us a chance to see the trains. Yeah, there's totally trains in this map. I don't know why you can't drive the train on this map. Maybe because it's not a loop. Oh well. It would make sense if you could drive the train. Alright, I believe this is the transport company coming up here. Yes. Now where's the entrance? Is this the entrance, it looks like? Looks like it. Oh, this is one of the ones we can send the train off. Alright. How much we're going to make from this? Let's see. Well, we made... wow, that's quite a bit actually. Just over 9,000. That was definitely worth it. And what happens if we send the train on its way as well? We're going to make an additional amount. Let's see what happens. There we go. We send the train. And let's see how much extra money we make from that. So we made $9,000 from that. So we should get a little ding on the top left-hand corner saying, you have made X number of dollars. We'll see what happens here. I'm just curious about this. How much money is that going to make? 2,000. It'd be nice if it was 2,000, but I don't think it's gonna be that much. All right. No, still nothing yet. It takes a while to kick in. No, still nothing. But we'll get a notification if that was from the grain at least. It's possible it wasn't for grain, so if that is the case, then we won't get anything, and that's okay too because we got a fair bit of money anyways. That's like a jump there, jeez. Apparently they fixed the BGA, by the way, or the BGA, the bunkers themselves, so now you can actually use them. Before you couldn't quite use them because they wouldn't unload properly, but apparently they fixed them now, so good to know. Just for your own information. No, still nothing yet. So I was gonna pause for a second and come back, but I'm waiting for the notification. That's why I haven't done it yet. I'm like, maybe it'll come soon, and I'm like, as soon as I pause, it'll be like, done. There you go. But nothing yet. So, but that's a pretty big field right here. This grass field, I can use those two fields to my advantage really easily because they're not labeled as anybody owns them. But maybe like the way it works for ownership, it seems like it's only around the edge of the field. When you get really close to the edge of the field, that's when the ownership kicks in. It seems like this isn't it's not around, not close to anybody's field or anything like that. Well, it is, but it's not in the same way it normally would be. So I suppose that's the reason why it's like that. So still nothing. Maybe that wasn't for us then, or for the grain, I should say. All right, well, whatever. At least we made some money. So we're in the positive now, at least, which is good. Now, what's interesting is the price of... Oh, it still hasn't gone down yet. And canola is up at the transport company as well. No. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe we will get some money from that still. From what I can tell, it still haven't, but that's okay. It usually takes a while to kick in, so... Alright, we need to get the last little bit of canola off the... I think the hard worker said it was done, so we just need to unload it, and then we are good to go, basically. Alright. Nope, still nothing. I'm actually kind of surprised. Let's get the last little bit here. Got one more pass to do on the fertilizer there. Looks like it's ice there, actually. Ice fishing season's coming up soon, actually, here in Ontario. We haven't had any I don't think during the day I don't think we've had many days that are below 0 during the day, but we definitely had some below, like, freezing evenings. Whoops. Is that going to be able to reach? Yes, sweet. Nope, still nothing. Kind of surprised. I think we can actually do with this. You can actually put 2 of these together. Yep, looks like you can. It's not quite going in there, but that's fine. Awesome. Let's move this guy out of the way now. Apparently it just stopped running. That's what hire workers do. Actually, you know what? We'll get this little bit right here. Just because we're close. It's probably not even worth turning the combine around and doing that, but... No, I'm not gonna... Oh, really? That's interesting. Alright. Anyways, folks, I'm definitely going to plant, I think, maybe barley or wheat there, so... Anyways, folks, that'll be it for me for today. Hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, why don't you go ahead and hit that subscribe button for some more Sosnovka, and also leave a comment below with what you'd like to see next. Apparently, we made no money from that train. Maybe we will in a second. I don't know, but we'll see what happens. Anyways, catch you guys later.